All right. So, please, can we meet you?
All right. A very wonderful morning to you. My name is Kauthar Salahuddin. I'm a barrister and solicitor. I am a public affairs analyst. I am passionate about leadership, governance, law, and politics in Nigeria. Thank you.
Okay. So there is saying that say the youths are the leaders of tomorrow. Do you agree with that in Nigerian context?
Yeah, surely the youths are obviously the leaders of any nation, any climb in the world. The youths will surely take the position of leadership one day. But yes, in Nigeria, that statement is actually far from the truth, because if youths don't have enabling platforms, then they cannot be leaders of tomorrow. We don't have opportunity. We don't have access to opportunities. We don't have access to the right platforms that would enable or facilitate our growth. Then that statement is far from the truth as far as I'm concerned in the Nigerian context. Thank you.
Okay. So, looking in the Nigerian politics, is there a space for youth?
Well, we've been practicing democracy for the past 23 years, and I've not seen any democratic policy, except for the not too young to run bill or law now, that would enable or give youths enabling platform to participate in political process in Nigeria. But it is safe to say that for the last 23 years, I don't think that there's actually any space or any room that can contain youth in Nigeria, in the Nigerian political space. Because you know what? There are no enabling opportunities. There are no enabling platforms. Every of the system has been monetized. And if you are saying that you want you to participate in this process, some laws have to be, how am I going to call it, amended, have to be readjusted over time. I really appreciate their efforts putting together the not too young to run law. However, that is not just the problem. There are many other issues that should be solved in order to allow youths get into the process. Now you are saying that, let's take for example, how many for our legislators in the National Assembly, how many young persons do we have there between the ages of 25? Yes, if you can run for the National Assembly as at the age of 25 upwards. How many 25-year-olds?
So sorry to cut you. Don't let us go to legislative aspects. Let's start from the council, the grassroots. How many youth do we have as a council?
Yeah, in our ward levels, how many young persons do we have there? Yeah. You see, the problem is multifaceted. Nigeria is battling between a compound complex problem. And for us to solve that particular problem, we have to attack it with a compound complex solution as well. Now, the entire system has been heavily monetized, the entire political system. And you are saying that a young person that is either earning 25,000 naira, take for instance the monthly wage in Nigeria is pegged at what price now? I think 30,000 naira, and some states cannot even afford. You say what?
I said 30,000.
Yeah, 30,000 naira. And some states have clamored over time that they cannot even afford 30,000 naira. Now it boils down to how much do they receive in the National Assembly or in the State House of Assembly? Those states that are complaining that they cannot afford 30,000 naira. Now a youth that is either unemployed or a youth that is just graduating from the higher institution, and you're expecting that kind of person to bring how much for a ticket to run for councillorship in a particular community? Millions of naira. Where do you want them to get millions of naira if you are not, let's say, indirectly introducing them to Yahoo? How do you, is it from whatever small task or whatever small job that they earn from? What I'm supposed to use to feed myself or clothe myself, then I should gather that amount of money. See, let's even be practical about this thing. A professor in Nigeria, in higher institution in Nigeria, earns nothing less than 400,000 naira. Let's calculate 400,000 naira times 12 years. 12, then multiply it by 4 years. That amount of money that's around 24 million naira, cannot even still afford to buy presidential tickets under APC or under PDP. That is a professor in the university.
In the university, okay.
Yes. Okay. Not to mention a young person, a young school leaver who has just graduated, who is still seeking for a job. So how do you want to place that? So there's actually really no space. There's so many things that are against young people participating in politics, not just even just the laws that are there. Let's say social, we have social issues too, also antagonizing youth participation in electoral or political process in Nigeria.
Okay, so if I may say, so will you agree with me now that the constitution that we are running, or the constitution used by this called democracy, does not give a room for youth to participate in the politics?
You see, I've heard this thing over time saying that the constitution is faulty here and there. They should change our constitution. Well, as somebody who has studied the law for the past 5 to 6 years of my life, the constitution needs amendments. There are loopholes in the constitution. It needs amendment, not a total overhauling of the constitution. Now, take for instance, there's a chapter 2 of the constitution, which provides for what? Economic laws, political laws, education laws here and there. They fall under the non-justiciable laws in Nigeria. That part, I feel, should be amended. Why can't I question the court? Why can't I bring a case to the court as regards education rights in the country? People don't know those things, that the fact that education is not working well, or the fact that there's something wrong with educational sector in Nigeria, you cannot drag the government to court over that. Because there is a law that does not allow for you to do that.
Okay. So
yes.
Don't let us go to the education sector, because that's another failure of government.
That's what is affecting the young people the most.
The role of youth in Nigerian politics.
The role of young person in Nigerian politics is highly multifaceted. And I will quickly say this, that it is not enough for us to be passionate about Nigeria. It is not enough. Passion is not enough to drive the change we want in Nigeria. Being knowledgeable about the country is what we need at this point in time. So the role of youth, number one, is to be knowledgeable about the country they want to change, about the political structure, about the histories of Nigeria, about what government would best suit the Nigerian sector. So it is not enough for us to just be passionate about it. We also have to know, we also have to be enlightened enough to want to drive that particular change we seek. You see, it goes back and forth. In any sane climb, young people have a lot of things to do. Is it stemming from volunteering, stemming from organizing protests, stemming from respect for the rule of law, going back and forth to signing of petitions, advocacy, activism? Those are what young people in sane climes do, just to make sure that they hold their government accountable. That was why I said that apart from passion, we also need to be knowledgeable about these things. Young people who don't know exactly what is required of any elected officer to do in a public office cannot question that public officer. So we have a very large population of people who are politically illiterate. They don't understand what goes down in the political sector. So how do we even want to hold our government accountable? These are the roles youth should play: holding accountable public officers, pointing to them the directions of things. But if we ourselves don't know, how do we want to tell them to do what is right? Now, when it comes to holding our public officers accountable, see, it starts from the very grassroots level. Many of us don't know how many allocations our local government chairpersons get. At least I can say that they get over 130 million. 130 million gets to our local government chairpersons or their office per se. Many of us don't know exactly what duties are expected of our local government chairpersons in our communities. We just think that the only person existing or in existence is the president and the people in the National Assembly, which is thoroughly not that. We have to understand. That's why I said, knowledge first. For us to actually operate a true democracy, an unbridled democracy, we have to understand the responsibilities that we ourselves carry to make democracy work for us as a nation. The onus is on us to find out. 99% of our public office holders don't even know what they are there to do in their offices. They don't know. And with the electorate, are you still there? Hello?
Yes, I'm with you. I'm with you. I can hear you.
And with the electorate as well, don't even know their functions. They will just come to us and say, oh, they are going to do this, they're going to do that. But what are their duties as stipulated in the Constitution? Majority don't know what the legislative duties, what the legislators are expected to do in office, what the executives are expected to do in office.
Since 80% of them have been appointed, all because I sacrificed for you. And let's take an example now. The 2023 we are stating for, if Emilokon, I'm very sure you are familiar with that word, if Emilokon becomes the president, I've been saying some posts now that MC Oluomo is going to be a speaker or something. So how do you now expect, I'm sorry, I don't permit me, and I'm sorry, it's not that maybe I'm trying to shade him. How do you expect MC Oluomo get a favor from Baba himself, and you expect MC Oluomo to know his right in office?
Okay, let me correct an assumption quickly. We have many elective positions in Nigeria, even than appointive positions. At the world level, councillorship election is an elective position. Yes. State House of Assembly is an elective position. Yes. National Assembly, House of Rep and Senators, they are elective positions as well. They emerge from our constituencies. Now, appointive position will come to the ministers and commissioner level. Those ones are appointive positions. So we still have about 1,500 plus persons that are elective positions in Nigeria. And we still have to what? In fact, more than that, I'm just talking about the ones that are on top now. Talking about the president, vice president. Yes. I did not even come to the local government elections. And for councillorship election, we have about 10 to minimum of 10, maximum of 20 in every community. Sure, you get what I'm saying? So everything is one appointive position. Now,
it's just like an assumption. You know, Nigeria assume a lot. So, and from the assumption, it might happen because it's Nigeria, or we are in Nigeria.
You see, when people say that we are in Nigeria, I always have this flash memory of everything bad. Okay. Yes. When somebody say we are in Nigeria, the only thing that comes to my head is that everything bad happens in Nigeria. And it goes like that. You see, we've come to a society whereby we reward bad behavior a lot. Over time. Now, I'm not to cast any aspersion on the personality of Emilokon and his cohort, but the truth still remains that, see, let's take a look forward. Let's forecast what's going to happen. In the next 4 to 8 years, how old will I be? How old will you be? What would be, let's mirror our lives in 8 years. What kind of life would I be living in 8 years to come? I've said it to people, see, the kind of Nigeria we want is going to be mirrored in the image of the president we elect. Okay. If we want a sick Nigeria, we will elect a sick president. Yes. Okay. There's nothing a sick man would do for Nigeria, let's be frank. We need, and over time, we've been having the issue of tribalism, ethnicity. Emiloko is from the southwest, this one is from the southeast, this one is that. We don't need somebody from the south, from the east, from the west, or from the north. No.
That's if I used to say this, that we have two major problems in this country. Number one is religion, and number two is tribalism. Trust me, if we can do away with these two, tribalism and religion, Nigeria will move forward faster than the way we thought.
Well, however, that has been embedded so far in our political structure, in everything structure we have. If you want to get a job, or you are seeking for a job in any company today, the first thing first they look at is what? Is he from? Where is he from? Who is the father? Who is the mother? So how do we want to erase our country of what has been embedded so deep into it? It is rooted so deeply. So how do we want to uproot that? It starts from us knowing, of us, let me say, prioritizing the interests of the common good of Nigeria in our hearts over any other personal interest.